of her service. I can't thank everybody right now, but I want to start with my wife, Christina, my daughter, Lucia, my parents, Don and Cindy Adams. Campaigns are hard on the candidates, but even harder on the families. I also want to thank my campaign manager, David Harris. Background or the right family, that you don't have what it takes to be here on the big stage. In America, anyone can rise from obscurity. Let them underestimate you, but never underestimate yourself. I have a word also for the naysayers, the critics, the trolls, everyone who tried to keep us
collectively for the Republican Party, an historic night as it relates to constitutional officers. Finally got the Attorney General for the first time since World War II. That's pretty outstanding. Congratulations to Daniel Cameron. It is not easy to beat a beauty queen, but how about that Mike Adams? I mean, that's awesome. Mike Adams, congratulations. And if ever there has been, I'll tell you, there's a couple of places right there that could use a little bit of house cleaning, but the Secretary of State and the voter rolls, a lot of work to be done there. You talk about the most qualified guy in America to get the job done. That's Mike Adams. So good things will be coming there. Congratulations to Ryan Quarles. Did we ever have any doubt, really? I mean, no. I mean, that was pretty much I couldn't, with truth serum, name the people that the next three candidates ran against. I really couldn't. But to Ryan Quarles, congratulations. He's doing a stellar job. He'll keep doing a stellar job. Allison Ball as treasurer, stellar. She really is. She talks about the money that's been returned. I even found out we had money that was supposed to be returned. So she's doing a great job. Grateful to her. Well done, Allison. I think hers was the very first one called. No doubt there either. And the same for Mike Harmon. And let me just say for the record, Mike tried that joke out on us on the bus. We didn't laugh that time either. So I don't know why. Not sure entirely why it was dusted off for this time around. With respect to our race, would it be a Bevan race if it wasn't a squeaker? I mean, come on. I mean, really and truly. This is a close race. We are not conceding this race by any stretch. Not a chance. And here's the thing. Understand this, though. Understand this. We want the process to be followed, and there is a process. We know for a fact that there have been more than a few irregularities. They are very well corroborated, and that's all right. What they are exactly, how many, which ones, and what effect, if any, they have will be determined according to law that's well established. And just for the record, and some of you are well aware of this, 4 years ago I found myself in a very similar situation. Again, the law was followed in that instance. Turns out that it ended up being 4/10 thousandths of a percent, or whatever it was, 83 votes. My point is this: we want the process to be followed. The process will be followed. And in the end, we will have the governor that was chosen by the people of Kentucky. And that's the way the process should work. But let me say this, it really should. And so no matter who it is, the people will know with confidence that the process was followed. And to that end, at the end of the day, regardless of R or D, and again, I say this often and it's true, in a room of this size, there's plenty of both in here. There's R's and D's here. This isn't a political issue as much as it is an integrity issue, a following of the process issue. Here's what I know. We've made extraordinary strides in Kentucky in the last 4 years. We really have. And it's good. And you think about this, in the last 4 years, we now have the lowest unemployment ever, most people working ever, best workforce participation level, best exports we've ever had, most private capital being invested here, highest revenue the state has ever had. All these things are good things. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, in the last 4 years, we've had a net increase of more than 93,000 jobs. Just in the last 4 years. You compare that to the previous 8 years where we had a net loss of 12,000. So the point being is the trajectory is changing. It's moving in a good direction. Whoever your next governor is, and we truly don't know right now, we don't, but whoever it is will be the one determined by the process being followed, by the law being followed, by the process being truly sound, and if in fact it is, whoever that governor is will have responsibility to keep this trajectory moving forward. And I will say this, I will be the first one in line wishing well to my opponent if he ends up as our next governor, because guess what? We live here too. And it affects us, it affects our life.
That our values and how we treat each other is still more important than our party. That what unites us as Kentuckians is still stronger than any national divisions. And tonight, I think we showed this country that in Kentucky, we can disagree with each other while still respecting one another. In this Commonwealth, a Commonwealth that I love, we believe in lifting each other up instead of tearing each other down. And here in Kentucky, we can still fight from the very top levels of government for every family, including the lost, the lonely, and the left behind. I haven't had an opportunity yet to speak to Governor Bevin, but my expectation is that he will honor the election that was held tonight, that he will help us make this transition.
Love you. Thank you. Truly, I'm grateful for you. I also want to say thank you to my children, because it is not easy for a child either. It just isn't. And so thank you to my kids for putting up awesome. I have almost all of them here. You guys are awesome. They're all a little taller than they were the last time they stood on a stage in front of all of you. I want to say thank you as well to a man who is a machine. He is a machine as a campaigner. He is a machine as a legislator, as a state senator, as a medical doctor, as a man of integrity, as is his wife, Dawn. Dr. Ralph Alvarado and his wife, Dawn. You guys are in all seriousness, we'll see in the end what comes of the final tally. We will. And in the end, the people will have the governor they chose. But I sure hope it's this guy right here as your lieutenant governor. I really do. I'm a little biased, but what an extraordinary blessing he would be to the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And it is a distinct possibility that could still be.
I know another First Lady pretty well. And I believe Brittany is going to be one of the best that we have ever had. How about feedback? Yeah. And I have to thank my two kids, Will and Lila. You all are my reason for living. Everything I do, I think about you. I love you all so much. I need to thank a couple parents who raised me. I want to thank my mom and dad, Jane and Steve Beshear, for their love and support, their service, their amazing service they gave to this Commonwealth. Tonight, I want to say thank you to our union families that helped make this election happen. I want to thank the FOP, the Fraternal Order of Police. I want to thank our educators. Thank you. To our educators, your courage to stand up and fight against all the bullying and name-calling helped galvanize our entire state. I'll never forget the first couple years that I was in office as your Attorney General were a little bit hard. There were days that I came to work and I felt like that last soldier of Rome. But I put on that armor and I stepped up to the front line each and every day until 12,000 reinforcements came to the Capitol. To our educators, I know so many of you worked hard on this campaign, and I appreciate every single hour that each of you and that all of our nearly 3,000 volunteers spent knocking on doors. And while I believe that Jacqueline said it, let me be very clear. To our educators, this is your victory. From now on, the doors of your state capitol will always be open. We will treat each other with dignity and respect, and we will honor our commitments to our public servants. We will make sure that promises made are promises kept, and we will work day and night to do as much good as we can, however we can. So while I want everybody to have a lot of fun tonight, after tonight, this election is over. After tonight, we move forward with every other Kentucky citizen as Team Kentucky. Team Kentucky is a team whose mission is rooted in our shared values of faith, hard work, and a belief in a bigger, brighter tomorrow. These Kentucky values transcend any and all party lines. I am committed to be a governor for everyone. That means rural and urban Kentucky, eastern, western, northern, and central Kentucky. It means being a governor for every Democrat, every Republican, and every independent, every single Kentuckian. To those watching, if I did not earn your vote today, rest assured, I will work hard to earn your trust. And even more importantly, I will always strive to do the right thing. Because I didn't run for this office just to be governor. I ran for this office because I want to govern well. As your next governor, I will listen more than I talk. I will work with anyone who has a good idea that we can deliver for Kentuckians. With all the partisan bickering and nastiness that we're seeing in politics, we have an opportunity to do better right here in Kentucky. We are facing big challenges, but I know that we are up to them. I ran on kitchen table issues, and I will govern focused on those same challenges of good jobs, health care for every Kentuckian, protecting and funding our pensions, and always supporting public education. I believe that we have a brighter tomorrow to make Kentucky the agri-tech leader of this country. We're going to build our advanced manufacturing sector and invest in workforce training. That's how we're going to create good jobs all over Kentucky in every single community. In my first week in office, I'm going to rescind this governor's Medicaid waiver. We're going to give this state a brand new Board of Education. And we are going to restore the voting rights of more than 140,000 citizens. Every day we're going to work to expand access to health care, and we are going to fight to lower the cost of prescription drugs. Health care is a basic human right, and my administration will treat it as such. Under our administration, a pension is a promise. There will be no more going after the pensions of our teachers, social workers, and first responders. They have earned that retirement. And public education will be the central priority of my administration. We are going to invest in our public schools because we believe in the next generation of Kentuckians. Our schools are the foundation of our communities. Every kid has the right to get a world-class education that opens up every door that they can walk through. And we can only provide those opportunities by ensuring that we fulfill our commitment to our teachers that are going to help lead us to that next great Kentucky. One of those teachers is Laura, who is here tonight. Laura has committed her career to helping kids at risk of falling behind. She's lost several close family members to the opioid epidemic, including her mom and her brother. Her child has a pre-existing condition. Laura gets up every day at 4:30 a.m. and goes to teach a full day. Yet on many weeknights and after the school day is over and on most weekends, she drives an Uber to make ends meet. This victory is for Laura. And it is a victory for the thousands of Kentuckians like her. Folks that work so hard every single day, that give back to their communities and that help their neighbors. I'm going to be a governor that is on their side. So tonight, the election is over. But next month, we start a brand new chapter here in Kentucky. And that is a chapter where every family, every individual, and every single Kentuckian truly counts. Thank you all so much.
When life leaves you high and dry, I'll be at your door tonight if you need help, if you need help. I'll shut down the city lights, I'll cheat, I'll beg and bribe to make you well, to make you well. When enemies are at your door, I'll carry you away from more if you need help, if you need help. Your hope dangling by a string, I'll share in your suffering to make you well, to make you well. Give me reasons to believe that you would do the same for me, and I will do it for you. Baby, I'm not moving on, I'll love you long after you're gone. Sleep alone, I'll love you long after you're gone, and long after you're gone, gone, gone.